Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when you stand alone. Not because you are abandoned, not because you are forgotten, but because greatness requires separation. There are seasons when no one claps for you, no one believes in you, no one understands the fire burning inside of you. And that is exactly the moment when you must believe in yourself the most. You see, the calling placed in your heart was not sent as a group message. It was delivered to you, whispered into your spirit, planted into your soul. So don't expect others to validate something they were never given access to. There will be people who doubt you, not because you are weak, but because your strength threatens their comfort. Your dreams intimidate those who have abandoned their own, but hear me today, your destiny is not up for vote. Your purpose is not waiting for permission. Your future cannot be held hostage by someone else's opinion. When rejection comes, don't bow your head in shame, lift it. Because rejection is not a wall, it's a compass. It's pointing you toward the place where you truly belong. Every closed door is evidence that you're being shaped, refined, made ready for something greater. There is power inside you that you have not even touched yet. Power that wakes up when life pushes you. Power that shows itself when the world says, "You're not enough." And your spirit rises up and says, "Watch me." Your struggle is not a sign that you're losing. Your struggle is a sign that you're growing. Pressure is the birthplace of transformation. A seed must be buried before it rises. You may feel buried right now, but you are not buried to die. You are planted to rise. And when you rise, rise with the kind of confidence that says, "I believe in me even if no one else does. I believe in my purpose. I believe in my calling. I believe in the power that God, life, and destiny have placed inside of me." Believe first, and watch how the world begins to adjust itself to your faith. Stand tall, stand bold, stand unshaken. Because the moment you choose to believe in yourself, you awaken a power that transforms everything. This is your season. This is your moment. Believe in yourself and rise. Here is an expanded version of **Keynote 1** in a rich, emotional, powerful style, approximately **600 words **, no headings **, and fully aligned with the tone you want. Your calling is yours alone. And the truth is, not everyone will hear it, not everyone will understand it, and not everyone will support it, because it was never meant for them in the first place. What has been placed inside you is not a public announcement. It is a private assignment, a divine download, a whisper that wakes you in the night and pulls at you during the day. You feel it in your bones even when you can't explain it with your words. It is the kind of vision that stirs your heart long before it ever makes sense on paper. People often doubt what they cannot see. They judge by the surface, while you are driven by something deeper. They look at your present, but you are being guided by your future. They measure you by what you have, but your calling is measured by what you carry. And because they don't feel what you feel, they cannot understand the urgency inside you. They cannot comprehend why you keep trying, why you keep pushing, why you refuse to give up even when the path looks unclear. They were not given the blueprint you were given. They were not given the dream, the promise, or the assignment. So don't expect applause from those who weren't part of the design process. Sometimes the silence of others is not a sign that you're wrong. It's confirmation that the calling is personal. When a dream is born inside your spirit, it doesn't come with an audience. It comes with responsibility. It comes with pressure. It comes with stretching and struggle. It comes with the weight of becoming someone you've never been so you can reach places you've never gone. People may criticize you because the vision doesn't fit into their limited perspective. People may walk away because they're uncomfortable with the size of what you're becoming. People may call you unrealistic because they cannot fathom the magnitude of what you've been entrusted with. But remember this, you don't need them to hear the calling for it to be real. You don't need them to understand it for it to be valid. What is for you will not always make sense to those around you. Growth rarely makes sense to those who aren't growing. Elevation feels strange to those who remain on the ground, and purpose sounds like noise to those who have muted their own potential. Your calling is not a conference call. It is a one-on-one instruction meant for your ears, your heart, your journey. That is why you feel it so strongly even when no one else sees it. That is why it keeps returning even when you try to ignore it. That is why it echoes inside you louder than the doubts around you. You were chosen for this. You were equipped for this. You were built for this long before you even knew what this was. There will be times when you must walk alone, not because you are weak, but because the path is too narrow for company. There will be seasons when you must trust your inner voice, even when the world stays silent. There will be moments when you must carry the vision with trembling hands and trembling faith, but carry it anyway. Because the calling is yours, the vision is yours, the journey is yours. And the world may not hear it yet, but one day they will see the results of what you chose to follow when no one else understood. Rejection is one of the most misunderstood gifts life hands us. In the moment, it feels like a break, a bruise, a betrayal. It feels like the world is closing its doors on you, as if you've been pushed to the edge with nothing to hold on to. But what you cannot see in that moment is that rejection is often divine redirection. Rejection is not life pushing you away. It is life pulling you towards something aligned with who you truly are. So many people waste precious years mourning doors that were never meant to open, grieving opportunities that would have suffocated their potential, crying over people who did not have the capacity to walk with them into the place they were destined to grow. When someone tells you no, it doesn't mean you are unworthy. It means that particular path could not hold the magnitude of your calling. When a job turns you away, when a relationship doesn't work, when a friend leaves, when a plan collapses, it is easy to think something is wrong with you, but often it is evidence that something is right with you. You are outgrowing rooms you were never meant to shrink into. You are being transitioned away from places that would have limited you, settled you, or kept you living beneath your potential. Life knows what you are capable of, even when you don't. Sometimes you won't leave comfort, so life shakes comfort loose from your hands. Sometimes you won't walk away from people who drain you, so life walks them away from you. Rejection is not the end, it is an invitation. It is the moment when life says, "There is more for you than this. Get up and keep moving." Every rejection carries redirection. Every closed door carries clarity. Every disappointment carries instruction. You may not understand it now, but your future will thank you for every place you did not fit, for every opportunity that said not here, for every person who failed to see your worth because their inability to see it did not diminish it. You see, sometimes the no is necessary to push you toward the yes that will change your life. Sometimes the path you want is too small for the destiny you carry. You might be trying to enter a room that wasn't built to hold the weight of your purpose, and so the door shuts not to punish you, but to prepare you. You are being positioned, shaped, pruned, molded, strengthened. Rejection is the tool that trims away what cannot go with you. Your growth requires space. Your calling requires depth. Your future requires alignment. And rejection brings that alignment whether you recognize it in the moment or not. Think back on the times you were rejected before. Didn't something better eventually rise? Didn't you discover parts of yourself that you never would have found if everything had gone your way? Didn't life, somehow, work out in ways you didn't expect? That is the beauty of rejection. It hurts in the moment, but heals with purpose. It confuses at first, but reveals clarity in time. It feels like loss, but ultimately leads to gain. So the next time a door closes, don't collapse. Stand still, breathe. Remind yourself that something greater is calling you forward. Rejection didn't come to bury you. It came to build you. It came to reroute you toward the life you were meant to live, the people who can truly value you, and the purpose that fits you perfectly. Because every no you hear along the way is guiding you to the yes designed for your destiny. The power you need is already inside you. You were not born empty. You were not created unfinished. Everything you require to rise, to evolve, to overcome, to build, to become, was placed within you long before life ever tried to break you. The challenge is not that you lack power, but that you haven't fully recognized what you carry. Life has a way of making you forget. People have a way of making you doubt. Circumstances have a way of whispering lies into your spirit, telling you that you're not enough, you're not capable, you're not strong enough, you're not qualified. But deep within you, beneath the fear, beneath the insecurity, beneath the pressure, there is a reservoir of strength waiting to be awakened. You don't need permission to tap into it. You don't need validation to activate it. You don't need applause, approval, or agreement. Power doesn't come from someone's praise. It comes from your own belief. You have survived storms that should have destroyed you. You have walked through fire that should have weakened you. You have endured nights that felt endless, seasons that felt unbearable, and moments where you thought you wouldn't make it. Yet here you are, still standing. If you look back with honesty, you'll realize that you didn't survive because someone else carried you. You survived because there was something inside you stronger than what tried to break you. That strength wasn't given to you in the moment. It was already there, hidden beneath the layers of who you thought you were. Every challenge you faced has revealed a new piece of that internal power. Every heartbreak has awakened resilience. Every setback has activated determination. Every disappointment has strengthened your resolve. The power within you is not loud. It does not brag. It does not boast. It sits quietly, waiting for the moment you finally say, enough. I refuse to let life push me into a corner. That moment, the moment you choose yourself, is when your true power rises. You see, power is not about having everything figured out. Power is not about being fearless or perfect. It is about believing that you can survive whatever comes. It is about trusting that what was placed inside you is greater than anything outside you. It is about recognizing that your destiny is too important to let doubt become your master. You were created with potential that cannot be measured, with strength that cannot be calculated, and with purpose that cannot be denied. But you must believe that it's there. The world may not see your power, yet do not let that discourage you. Most greatness begins unnoticed. Seeds grow in darkness before they ever touch the light. Caterpillars transform in hidden places before they ever spread their wings. Your power is no different. It may be unseen, but it is not absent. It may be quiet, but it is not weak. And when the moment comes, when life demands a version of you that you have not yet met, that power will rise. It will carry you, it will speak for you. It will push you through storms you once feared. Stop waiting for someone to give you courage. Stop hoping someone will recognize your worth. Stop putting your destiny in the hands of people who can't even manage their own. The power you need to move forward, to break cycles, to step into your calling, to rebuild your life. It's already inside you. It's been there all along. And the moment you choose to trust it, everything around you will begin to shift. Your world will change the moment you realize you were never powerless. You just hadn't activated the power that was always yours. Faith in yourself must be louder than the voices around you. Because the truth is, the world is full of noise. Noise from people who don't know you. Noise from people who don't understand your vision. Noise from those who gave up on their own dreams and now want to convince you to give up on yours. Every time you try to step forward, there will be a voice trying to pull you back. Every time you attempt something new, someone will question your motives, your abilities, your worth. And if you aren't careful, their voices, small as they are, can grow louder than your purpose. Doubt doesn't always sound like an enemy. Sometimes it sounds like a friend trying to protect you from disappointment. Sometimes it sounds like a family member encouraging you to play it safe. Sometimes it sounds like an old memory whispering you're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not ready. The voices you hear are not always malicious, but that does not make them accurate. People speak from their own fears, their own insecurities, their own experiences, and if you absorb those voices long enough, you begin to shrink to fit their limitations. But there comes a moment, a defining moment when you must decide which voice gets the final say. Your faith must rise above the noise. Your inner conviction must drown out the opinions surrounding you. You must learn to trust the whisper inside your soul more than the echoes outside your life. That whisper, that inner voice, that deep pull towards something greater, that is your compass. That is your truth. That is your calling speaking to you. When you believe in yourself, truly believe, your confidence becomes a shield. The opinions of others start bouncing off you because they no longer hold authority. You begin to see that their doubt is not your destiny. Their fear is not your future. Their limitation is not your ceiling. Faith in yourself does not mean arrogance. It means alignment. It means choosing to trust the strength that has carried you through every challenge so far. It means acknowledging that you are built with intention, equipped with purpose, and designed with resilience. Sometimes the loudest voice you must silence is the one inside your own head, the voice that remembers your mistakes more than your victories, the voice that points out your flaws more than your gifts, the voice that reminds you of where you failed instead of where you survived. But even that voice can be quieted when you feed your spirit with belief, because faith grows with focus. What you focus on becomes louder. If you focus on fear, fear grows. If you focus on doubt, doubt grows. But if you focus on your purpose, your power, your potential, your faith begins to roar. There will be days when your faith is all you have left. Days when support disappears, when people misunderstand you, when the world feels heavy and your strength feels small. But those are the days when belief must be your fuel. When you push not because you feel strong, but because you know you're meant for more. When you rise not because the world is cheering, but because your spirit refuses to lay down. Your journey is too important to let anyone's voice override your own. Trust what's inside you. Believe in the vision placed within you. Hold on to the truth that your inner voice, the one that calls you higher, is louder, stronger, and wiser than every doubt that surrounds you. And when you walk with that kind of faith, the noise loses its power, and your destiny becomes unstoppable. Your struggle is not proof of weakness. It is evidence of growth. Every season of pain, every moment of pressure, every challenge that seemed designed to break you has actually been shaping you. Strength is not built in comfort. Character is not formed in ease. Purpose is not born in a place where everything goes your way. Growth demands tension. It demands stretching. It demands experiences that push you beyond what you thought you could handle. And though it may feel overwhelming, though it may feel unfair, though it may feel like you are carrying more than your share, the struggle in your life is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are becoming. A seed cannot become a tree without being buried. A diamond cannot shine without being pressed. Gold cannot be purified without passing through fire. You cannot rise without going through something. The moments you call struggle are often the very moments that are setting you up for transformation. You may not see the growth while you're in it, but every tear is watering your resilience. Every setback is teaching you patience. Every disappointment is building your endurance. Every challenge is preparing you for a future that requires more strength than your past ever demanded. When you look back, you'll realize that the toughest battles taught you the most valuable lessons. The nights you didn't think you would survive taught you how strong your spirit really is. The doors that slammed in your face taught you how to knock louder or build your own. The people who walked away taught you how to stand alone. The pain that broke you also rebuilt you in ways you never imagined. That's the paradox of struggle. It breaks what needs to break so you can become who you were created to be. People often mistake struggle as a sign that they're going in the wrong direction. But more often, it's a sign that you're on the right path. Growth is uncomfortable because you are stepping into parts of yourself that you have never met before. When life stretches you, it is not punishing you, it is preparing you. Preparing you for the weight of your calling. Preparing you for opportunities that require stability. Preparing you for blessings that demand maturity. Preparing you for a level of life where the version of you that existed before the struggle simply wouldn't be enough. Struggle doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you. It shapes your mindset, sharpens your vision, and deepens your faith. It teaches you to rely on the strength within you rather than seeking strength outside of you. It teaches you to keep moving even when the path is unclear. It teaches you to trust the process even when you don't understand it. Anyone can be strong when everything is easy. But true strength is born when everything is hard and you rise anyway. Don't despise your struggle. Don't curse it. Don't run from it. Lean into it with the understanding that it's working for you, not against you. One day, you will look back on this season and say, that was the moment I grew. That was the moment I changed. That was the moment I found myself. Every struggle you have endured is adding something to your soul: wisdom, resilience, courage, discipline, depth. You are not weak because you struggle. You struggle because you are growing into someone stronger, and that version of you, the one shaped by pressure, refined by trials, strengthened by adversity, will be powerful beyond measure. The struggle is temporary, but what it builds in you will last a lifetime. Believe first, then watch the world adjust. The truth is, the world doesn't respond to uncertainty. It responds to conviction. People don't follow hesitation. They follow certainty. Doors don't open for those who doubt themselves. They open for those who dare to believe before the proof arrives. Every great achiever, every world changer, every person who has ever risen beyond the ordinary had to believe in themselves long before anyone else did. They had to step forward without applause, without confirmation, without reassurance, trusting that their inner knowing was more powerful than the external noise. Belief is not about seeing the finish line. It is about trusting the first step. It is choosing to walk even when the path is blurry. It is holding onto your vision even when your circumstances contradict it. The world has a strange way of making room for the person who refuses to shrink. When you show up with confidence, when you speak your dreams with clarity, when you move with purpose, the environment around you begins to shift. People start to notice. Opportunities start to appear. Resources begin to align, not because they weren't there before, but because your belief activated them. There will always be those who doubt you, those who question your direction, those who underestimate your potential. But they are not the ones guiding your destiny. They do not have the authority to define your future. Believing in yourself is not about arrogance. It is about alignment with the truth of who you are. You were not created to blend in. You were not placed here to hide behind fear. You were built with intention, designed with purpose, and filled with potential that cannot be denied unless you deny it yourself. The world treats you according to the way you treat yourself. If you carry yourself like someone unworthy, the world will mirror that back to you. If you speak like someone unsure, the world will give you reasons to doubt. But when you stand tall, when you speak with assurance, when you move like someone who knows they belong, life responds differently. The energy you embody becomes the energy you attract. The way you believe becomes the way things unfold. There is a moment, a sacred turning point, when belief transforms from a feeling into a force that pushes you through fear, a force that silences doubt, a force that lifts you after failure, a force that refuses to let your past dictate your destiny. That kind of belief becomes unshakable, not because everything is easy, but because you have tasted your own strength and realized you can survive anything. Many people wait for the world to see their value before they believe in themselves, but real growth happens in the opposite direction. Believe first, and the world will eventually reflect that belief back to you. Success is often delayed not because you are incapable, but because you are waiting for external validation that was never meant to lead you. You must be the one to lead. You must be the one to declare what is possible for your life. You must be the one to step into the unknown and trust that solid ground will appear beneath your feet. When you believe in yourself, truly believe, you stop chasing approval and start creating momentum. You stop asking for permission and start opening your own doors. You stop shrinking to fit and start expanding to fill the space you were always meant to occupy. And one day, the same people who doubted you will watch in awe as your life unfolds in ways they never imagined. Not because they suddenly believed in you, but because you believed in yourself long enough and loudly enough for the world to adjust.